Morning, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do an old thing in a new way. Okay, so let's get started. The old thing is this. You guys remember? You remember those? Okay, of course you do. You fill out the papers, you draw models, you do calculations, all that sort of stuff on paper, and then you hand it in to me on the day of the test. So that's the old thing. The new thing is going to be that you're going to do all of that still, but on a digital format. The digital format is going to be on a Google Slides presentation, and I've got an example for you here to have a look at. Okay, this is going to be sent to you soon. Some of the information you see on here will be in your Google Classroom by today. Okay, so here's a title page for you. It's got the lab number that we're working on and the gas laws. So the title here, you go ahead and type in your name here. Oops. Type in your name here. Okay? Moving on. I'm going to show you the asking questions and modeling that's going to go along with the phenomenon. So I've already uploaded the phenomenon video that I sent to you here. You can watch it again and again and again because you love watching videos of me. Okay, so we always do the asking questions and describing the phenomenon. So it looks a little bit different, but you're going to do it right here. You can go ahead and use the Padlet that we started to get some ideas for what phenomenon description you want to write, whether you want to keep what you wrote or change it. And you can also get additional ideas for questions here. I need you to ask at least 10 questions in this section, okay? Here you only had to do 2 or 3, but I want you to have 10. So please read through other people's ideas if you don't have enough. That's why we're doing this here. Okay, so describe the phenomenon, ask questions. Next, making models. Of course, we're still going to draw pictures. You love making models. Describe the phenomenon again, just like we always do. Try to use some different wording this time. And then go ahead and draw your model, be it on your iPad or tablet or on pencil and paper. Either way, you're going to draw it, and then you're going to insert that picture into the space here. So I would recommend once you get that picture made, add it into your Google Drive so you can keep it and easily access it, or just make sure it's in a format that you can access easily. So here I'm going to go Insert, Image, and I'm going to try to find something on my Google Drive. Here I've got some of the models that you made, and so I'm just going to click and drag that over here. It's shaped kind of funny, so I'm going to reshape it. Okay, I'm going to click here so I can rotate it. That looks a little bit better. And now resize it. That's a good size right there. I don't need to stretch it or anything to make it look perfect. That's fine. Maybe I want to delete some of this stuff here so it doesn't look strange. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, so you're going to do that. Maybe you're going to annotate put some annotations on there, like point at that, like, oh, this one here, that's hydrogen. This one here, that's an oxygen. Okay, give me some notes. Do all the normal stuff that we do. Define the boundary, identify the components, tell me about the relationships. Okay, I want all that. Good. There's going to be some kind of lab that I'm going to ask you to do, okay? So we'll do the same thing, okay? Tell me about your research question. Identify what the independent and dependent variables are in all these places. Just delete what was already there, highlight it, and then put in your question here, okay? Oops. Here, I can spell. Do the same thing here. Highlight here and put in your independent variable and your dependent variables here. Draw a sketch of your lab setup, be detailed, and then identify all the constants. Same as always, you guys, just a new format. I want a data table, okay? I suggest making it ahead of time. I put a small one in here to start. You can delete rows if you want to. You can add new rows and new rows and new rows. Make it as big or as small as you want to. That's up to you. But I want you to collect your data someplace. I want you to make a graph. And then finally, I want you to make some conclusions about the work that you did. Okay? So we're going to use the claim, evidence, reasoning procedure here. Okay? This is the engaging an argument from evidence. So you're going to rewrite your original research question here. Make a claim about what happened. Describe the evidence, both qualitative and quantitative. Okay? You will find this in the previous sections, such as your graph or your data table is where you're most likely to find the information that you have here. Finally, reasoning, you're going to collect it and connect your claim to your evidence in your reasoning statement here. Last thing that I'm going to have you do, as always, one more model where you're going to try to draw me a picture or show me in some way what's really happening at the chemical level. So are there electrons moving? Are there bonds being broken or made? You go ahead and show that to me in this area. Draw a picture, upload it into here. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. This is going to be the new format. You'll turn this in on the day, probably the day before our test or maybe the day of. At the end of each unit, you will submit this to me. Okay, so as we go through the work, collect it all in here. You can already start by putting your phenomenon description in and starting to input some questions. You can start doing that right now. So thank you guys. Good luck. Let me know if you have questions, and I guess I'll see you later.